From the high vantage point of the spiral, a new depth of perception becomes possible. The metaphor, which began with the image of separate, fragile bubbles, now undergoes a profound transformation. It deepens, integrates, and becomes organic. We are no longer looking at a collection of distinct spheres floating near each other. We begin to feel, in a way that is more visceral than intellectual, that we are something else entirely, conscious cells within a single vast living body. This episode is an exploration of that felt experience. It is a shift, the morphing, from seeing interconnectedness as a beautiful concept to knowing it as the fundamental condition of existence. The perspective of the separate self, the isolated I, which has been the central character of the story up to now, begins to soften at its edges. It doesn't vanish, but it is enveloped and contextualized. We begin to feel ourselves as nodes in a neural network, as specialized cells in an organ, as unique expressions of a planetary and cosmic organism that is itself alive and conscious in a way we are only beginning to comprehend. From this cellular perspective, everything changes. Other people are no longer others in a competing bubble. They are fellow cells. Some might be neurons firing signals of creativity. Some might be immune cells defending a boundary. Some might be red blood cells carrying the oxygen of empathy. Animals are not lower life forms. They are cells with different functions, different forms of sentience, crucial to the body's sensory and metabolic systems. Forests, rivers, coral reefs, and fungi networks are not just resources or scenery. They are vital organs and connective tissues of this planetary body. Each has a necessary function for the health and balance of the whole. A pang of compassion for a suffering stranger or a damaged ecosystem ceases to be an ethical choice and starts to feel as natural and urgent as one hand instinctively moving to soothe a wound on the other hand. This is where the magic of the pronoun shift becomes complete. It moves from the solitary I to the collective we, and finally arrives at a unified, non-dual us. Us is not a group of separate I's. It is the singular body itself, aware of its own cellular diversity. My choices are no longer personal transactions. They are felt as actions taken by a cell for the health of the body, of which it is an inseparable part of. To harm another cell is quite literally to trigger an autoimmune response within the self. To nurture the body is to ensure the vitality of one's own cellular environment. This vision of unity is supported and echoed by wisdom from both ancient mysticism and modern science. It's not a fantasy, but a perceivable layer of reality. The Gaia Hypothesis, proposed by chemist James Lovelock and microbiologist Lynn Margulis, provided a scientific framework for this felt experience. It posits that the Earth's biosphere, atmosphere, oceans, and soil form a complex, interacting, self-regulating system that maintains the conditions for life. The planet behaves not like a rock with life on it, but like a single living organism. From this new human civilization is not apart from Gaia. It is a recent, potent, and currently feverish subsystem. Our choices directly affect the homeostasis of the body. Feeling like a cell in the body is an ecological and biological truth. The ancient Buddhist metaphor of Indra's net offers a breathtaking metaphysical image. In the celestial abode of the god Indra, there is a net that stretches infinitely in all directions. At each junction of the net hangs a multifaceted jewel. Each jewel perfectly reflects every other jewel in the net, and each reflection contains the reflections of all others ad infinitum. Nothing exists independently. Every entity is a reflection of all others and contains the whole within itself. To see oneself as a cell is to see oneself as one of these jewels, utterly unique, yet a perfect reflection of the entire interdependent cosmos. The philosophy of Pantheism, God is everything, and Panentheism, God is in everything, articulate this spiritual understanding. The 17th century philosopher Baruch Spinoza conceived of a God not as a separate father figure, but as an identical with nature, a single, infinite, necessary substance of which all things are modes of expression. For Spinoza, to understand ourselves as part of this God or nature, Deus, sive, Natura, is to achieve the highest form of knowledge and freedom, moving from a life driven by passive emotion to one of active, rational joy in our necessary place within the whole. This cellular awareness transforms service from a duty into a biological imperative. In a healthy body, cells communicate, cooperate, and support each other. A liver cell doesn't sacrifice itself for a heart cell. The functions are coordinated for systemic health. Similarly, when we act from this us consciousness, helping a neighbor, protecting a watershed, or creating art that inspires isn't charity. It is the natural behavior of a healthy cell fulfilling its function within the organism. It is a system maintaining and enhancing itself. This is the heart of what some call collective awakening. It's not about everyone having the same mystical experience, but about a critical mass of cells shifting from the cancerous illusion of separateness, acting only for their own proliferation at the expense of the body, to the healthy consciousness of their role within the body. It's the immune system of the planet recognizing a pathogenic thought form, the ideology of separation, and beginning to neutralize it. Living from this place doesn't erase individuality, it sanctifies it. A heart cell and a skin cell are radically different, and both are utterly essential. The magic is in fully becoming the unique cell you are, with its specific gifts and perceptions, while knowing with absolute certainty that your existence is meaningful only in relationship to the whole. Your unique song is a note in the body's symphony. Your individual spiral is a coil in the larger DNA of the cosmos. This is the final dissolution of that loneliness of the path. We are never alone because we are never separate. The observer that watches our personal thoughts is the same awareness that pulses in the cell and gazes out from the spiral galaxy. We are the body, waking up to itself, cell by conscience cell, until the entire organism shivers with the recognition of its own miraculous, unified, and utterly interconnected being.